Yo, yo, yo! So, during awards season, my reviews tend to focus more on heavy, dramatic, grown-up aimed awards contenders. But this week, I wanted to reach out to a younger, hipper audience. You know, all them ill-sick, nasty dudes checking out the flicks on the flip side with their home-fried, diggy-dog peeps. And what better way to do so than to check out Central Park 5, the new documentary from Mac Daddy of Coolsville, Ken Burns. And that's not all. The film was co-directed by Burns' daughter, Sarah B-Dog Burns, and her husband, David the Man McMahon. Okay, I'll admit it. I had a bit of a quarter-life crisis at the movie theater this past Friday night when I was the only person there not cashing in on the senior citizen discount. Meanwhile, all the people at my age were across town at this new club getting Krizunk. But I didn't want to get Krizunk. I wanted to see Central Park 5, damn it! And that's what I did. Central Park 5 is the portrait of 5 youths who were wrongly convicted of the brutal rape of a Central Park jogger back in 1989. Following the heavily publicized and national trial, the 5 teens were imprisoned for 7 to 13 years each. Today, the identity of the actual rapist is known, and the names of the Central Park 5 have been wiped clean of all charges by New York State. But of course, in a situation like this, a simple, "Our deepest sympathies for falsely and publicly declaring you monsters and stealing a decade of your lives" Hallmark card doesn't exactly wipe the slate clean. Comprised of interviews with the formerly accused, the former mayor of New York, journalists from that particular time period, as well as stock news and documentary footage, this hour-and-a-half-long film is an interesting and dramatic departure for the prolific PBS documentarian. Now, I know that to you kids today, 9 hours of gently drifting black and white photos set to textbook history audio recordings is the hippest thing since sliced bread pudding. And in comparison, these cinematic narrative documentaries can seem kind of needlessly flashy and square. But never fear. Despite the shorter and livelier than usual style of filmmaking, the movie still possesses Burns' signature no stone unturned, no detail left omitted style. It's just in a nice, bite-sized portion. One that only requires one unforgettable, unfathomable, heartbreaking, fascinating sitting. I recommend the documentary, as do both Roger Ebert, who gave it 3.5 out of 4 stars, and RottenTomatoes.com, who currently have it at a 95% fresh rating. The movie is in theaters now, but can also be rented on television from IFC On Demand. That way you can watch it on your own time. You know, between Kenny Loggins' tribute band jam sessions and Miss Pac-Man tournaments. I really need to get friends my own age.